The rise of blessed Geza, wife, lifestyle, and net worth, mass protests in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is no stranger to political controversy, but recent events involving blessed Geza have captured national and global attention. Known as a war veteran and prominent voice in Zimbabwe's political landscape, Geza made headlines for his sharp criticism of President Emmerson Mnangagwa, his expulsion from the ruling Zanu-PF party, and his call for mass protests against the administration. These developments, intertwined with Geza's family life, claims about his wealth, and Zimbabwe's ongoing economic struggles, make for a gripping political saga. Who is blessed Geza? Blessed Geza, often referred to by his nickname Bombshell, is a well-known war veteran who once held a significant position within Zimbabwe's ruling Zanu-PF party. His name symbolizes his outspoken, often controversial opinions that have shaken the party's core. As a staunch Zanu-PF loyalist, Geza was respected for his wartime contributions and loyalty to the party's principles. However, his political alignment took a sharp turn as he became increasingly critical of President Mnangagwa. Once seen as an insider, Geza has repositioned himself as an opposition figurehead, putting his safety and political career at risk. From Zanu-PF loyalist to opposition. Geza's fallout with Zanu-PF was swift and dramatic. Formerly considered one of its fixtures, he didn't hold back when expressing discontent with the current administration. He accused President Mnangagwa of fostering corruption and failing to address Zimbabwe's enduring economic crisis. This open defiance led to his expulsion, solidifying his transition from ally to one of the party's most vocal critics. Reports reveal that Geza's expulsion stemmed not just from his words but also from charges including incitement of violence and alleged vehicle theft. These accusations have only added to the drama, further deepening the divide between him and the ruling elite. Accusations against President Mnangagwa. Blessed Geza hasn't minced words when it comes to his grievances with President Mnangagwa. He's condemned the administration for mismanagement, corruption, and economic decay. Geza specifically highlighted instances of alleged government negligence, pointing to ballooning unemployment rates and the worsening exchange rate for the Zimbabwean dollar. Additionally, he's criticized Mnangagwa's push for a third term, which Geza claims could plunge the nation into further instability. His public accusations have struck a chord with many Zimbabweans, although critics argue that Geza's actions are motivated more by personal grievances than the broader public good. The role of Rosaline Tonga, blessed Geza's wife. Behind blessed Geza's growing resistance is Rosaline Tonga, his wife, who has also become a central figure in Zimbabwe's political drama. Rosaline, much like her husband, hasn't shied away from the spotlight. Her public support for Geza's battles and her own experiences have influenced public opinion significantly. Rosaline's impact on public sympathy. When Rosaline was detained briefly by authorities, it sent shockwaves across Zimbabwe. Her arrest, which many viewed as an intimidation tactic, drew sympathy and outrage. International voices joined the chorus, criticizing the government for targeting family members of political figures. This event has undoubtedly increased Rosaline's visibility and positioned her as a symbol of the administration's authoritarian tendencies. Family life amidst political turmoil. Despite the ongoing political chaos, blessed Geza and Rosaline Tonga's family life has not entirely faded from public view. While many perceive them as under constant pressure, others view their resilience as inspiring. The couple has become a focal point for debates on whether their position is genuine advocacy or a political strategy. Blessed Geza's lifestyle and net worth. Geza's lifestyle has also come under scrutiny. Questions about his sources of income and overall wealth have sparked speculation, particularly given his prominence in both politics and public life. Wealth and allegations of corruption. As a former Zanu-PF member, Geza isn't immune to allegations surrounding the misuse of resources within the party. Critics have pointed out discrepancies between his known income sources and the kind of life he reportedly leads. Still, no substantial evidence has surfaced tying Geza directly to corrupt financial practices. A humble or lavish lifestyle? Observers have debated whether Geza's lifestyle aligns with his rhetoric. While some describe him as adopting a modest approach to support his image as a man of the people, others argue the opposite. Pictures of his family enjoying luxuries have occasionally surfaced, complicating his public perception as a reformist focused on Zimbabwe's struggling citizens. Mass protests and Zimbabwe's political unrest. Geza's call for protests scheduled for March 31, 2025, represents a turning point in his campaign against President Mnangagwa. These demonstrations aim to rally Zimbabweans in frustration over economic hardships, lack of reforms, and political suppression. Goals and motivations behind the protests. Blessed Geza envisions these protests as an opportunity to ignite change. He has directly called for Mnangagwa's resignation and proposed a more transparent approach to governance. For many, these protests symbolize a rare chance to press for accountability from the government. Government response and public reactions. Unsurprisingly, the government hasn't taken Geza's calls lightly. Authorities have made it clear that the protests are illegal, warning potential participants of harsh consequences. This heavy-handed response has only fueled more public anger, drawing both skepticism and support for Geza's movement. However, analysts suggest that unless mass participation occurs, Geza may struggle to sustain momentum. Blessed Geza remains a polarizing figure in Zimbabwean politics. From his days as a Zanu-PF loyalist to his current status as a challenging voice demanding reform, Geza's journey reflects the nation's ongoing struggles. His wife, Rosaline Tonga, has enhanced his message through her activism and the public sympathy her detention provoked. The planned protests on March 31 could mark a significant shift in Zimbabwe's political climate, or they could reinforce the government's grip. Either way, Geza's role in shaping the country's future is undeniable. Only time will tell whether his voice becomes a catalyst for change or another chapter in the nation's turbulent history.